Ako, pag ano kayo, ito pala yung sinasabi ko, nagbigay ako ng training. Every time you make a presentation, you prepare something, you must use original materials. Like if you use an image, use an original image. Like if you use an image of Jesus, ang dami pictures, ang dami Jesus doon sa simbahan nyo, di ba? Ang dami yung pinipicturean doon. Kasi para sa akin, if you're just downloading from the internet, you're not contributing anything to the church. In the work of evangelization, especially in the new evangelization movement. That is why always use original materials. If you need to use pictures, take pictures. If you need to use music, here I'm post the music. I'll show you later how to find music that you can download for free without infringing on other people's copyright. So, without an abiding relationship with God, it is difficult to live an authentic and consistent Christian life. Picture ko to sa ano? Sa cemetery sa Cavite, so pag familiar ka sa cemetery niya. Nakita ko yun, malapit siya sa Malaking Cruz. And this was a text on a tweet from Nicole. Another P that we need in order for us to become next-gen evangelizer is of course passion for evangelization. When something becomes your passion, di ba parang hindi ka napapagod doon yun, ano? Katulad ng nanay ko. Ang trabaho niya, meron siya karinderya, nagluluto siya the whole day. Pag uwi sa bahay, nagluluto pa siya para sa amin. Pero nakikita mo yung joy niya. Kasi passion niya yan eh. Pero pag tayo, dapat ganyan tayo. Whenever we do our ministry, we must always, dapat nakikita ng mga tao, passionate kasi ginagawa natin. Kasi we always have an effect on people. Kung galit yung parang, nabilang tahimik lang sa iloso lahat. Kung masaya naman yung parang sa loob ko, parang sasaya yung parang pera. Kaya pag nabibigay kayo ng tumibol, malaki na mas mahal. Hindi mo yung parang nabibigay ng tumibol. Believers. Kailangan joy of sharing God's word. Because Jesus is both the basis for and the pattern of our discipleship. So, to be a passionate evangelizer is to live and share the faith with lively interest and marked enthusiasm. Ito talaga yung gusto kong mga adjectives doon. Lively interest at saka may enthusiasm. Hindi na, katulad kanina nung bago tayo nag-start, dito ko yung sa ang tawag na? Sa animation, at si Father yung nag-lead talaga with marked enthusiasm yun. Kaya nakakawa ka. Meron ako tutulong sa yung club. Kasi nahilig kayo mag-club, di ba? Ang tawag sa club na ito, Aling Judicious Club. Alam niyo yan, yung Aling Judicious Club? Ganito yung Aling Judicious Club. Very good, very good. Very good, very good. I love you, Manny. Sige nga, 1, 2, 3, go. Very good, very good. Very good, very good. I love you, Manny. Appreciation namin yan. Speaker at the boss. Yan, Father John. So, hindi no, instead of I love you, Manny. I love you, Father John. So, di ba?
Phoenix.
Oh, sige. Ano pangalan niya?
Phoenix.
Phoenix. Phoenix? Timex. Wow. Sige nga natin. Sige. 1, 2, 3, go. Very good, very good. Very good, very good. I love you, Timex. In order for us to become next-gen evangelizer is, of course, professional excellence. Hindi enough na you have a passion and a prayer for life. You also need to be technically trained in the use of technologies. Just like, hindi enough na pagpari ka na may deep prayer life ka lang. Kasi you preach, you need to know how to hold the microphone, how to hold an audience, how to keep talks. But it's really part of our everyday work. We need to excel professionally in the work that we do. Because the quality of evangelization lies in the quality of evangelizers. Diba? Pag halimbawa, present ka, tapos hindi naman maganda yung contrast between text and background, hindi nababasa yung text, what's the point of creating a presentation na hindi nababasa? Or hindi naintindihan kasi siya marami yung text. Tapos, marami ka pang sinasabi. Parang, yan, we need to be technically aware of all this. gusto ko, nakalagay ito sa Catechism for Filipino Catholics. Isa to sa mga requirement. Pag nag-undergo ka na ng prison, pag, diba, yung second sacrament, pag ano ka na, ito yung isa sa mga requirement, ito yung isa sa mga, ano pala, yung obligations ng tao na nakatanggap na ng prison. Ang kailangan niya is the communication skills needed to present Christ's challenge to the Filipino of today in an attractive and persuasive manner. Nakalagay yan sa CFC number 1622. Lahat tayo, di ba, nag-undergo na ng prison. Dapat, lahat tayo, marunong dito, to present Christ's challenge in an attractive and persuasive manner. Of course, that's a very subjective word, attractive and persuasive. But that is why we're going to show you later how to edit images. Para pag meron kayong image, napakadali pa lang yan. You can make it more exciting and more beautiful. So, those three things: spiritual life, passion for evangelization, and professional excellence. By the way, itong presentation, itong workshop is in a book. I wrote this book last year. It's called Social Media and the New Evangelization, and it's available actually if you want to buy this. So, meron siyang colored pages. But meron din siya, ganito, why use social networking, for example, to proclaim God's word. And meron din siyang lesson plan. So, how to use, for example, photography to proclaim God's word. So, meron siyang lesson plan, meron siyang example on how to do this. And it's available, normally 1,000 pesos to pero ngayon 250 na lang. So, shameless advertisement. We'll proceed now to our first workshop. So, mapansin nyo na, nasa Firefox lang ako. I'm making this presentation from Firefox. Tapos next, yung first workshop natin is on search. Usually, begin my presentation with a quotation. Creativity is happy. So, our first workshop is on how to search purposefully. And ito yung, bago yung hands-on workshop, gusto ko explain sa inyo, when you search, you actually reveal a lot of things to search engines. For example, you reveal your search terms, your browser information, your computer detail. Ano bang relevance ito sa buhay natin? Kasi yung search terms kasi, yung search words na ginagamit nyo, reveal who you are. Di ba, for example, pag palagi mo sila-search mga homily, Easter Sunday, mga yan, tapos mga God, Jesus, so makikita mo na itong tao na to, interested to sa religious things. Pero pag halimbawa, sini-search mo, condom, Viagra, yung mga ganyan. So anong klaseng tao yun, di ba? Imagine, the search words that you use can actually reveal a lot of information about yourself. And be careful about the search engines that you use. Because those search engines can do a lot of things about the search words that you actually use. So, when you search, these things are saved. Your search terms, your browser information that you're using Firefox or Safari or Google Chrome or Internet Explorer, and your computer information. I've been designing websites since 2000. But ikaw yung may-ari ng website. There are actually many things that you can know about a person who visits the website. For example, you can know kung saan siya. Kung saan siya nagsisearch. For example, mayroon talaga map. Makikita talaga, i-point doon na itong tao na to ay nagsisearch nasa Santa Catalina Spirituality Center. Dito siya nakakatay ngayon. Ang ginagamit niya ay Android tablet or gumamit siya ng Acer na laptop. Nag-search siya ng ganito mga words. Nakapunta siya sa website na to kasi ginamit niya itong search word na to. Tapos nag-stay siya sa isang page for 1 minute, and then proceeded to the next page for 3 seconds, and then from my website, pumunta siya sa other websites. Tapos makikita pa na kasi every time you connect, yung connection natin, may tinatawag na IP address. Have you heard that word, IP address? Ang IP address ng bawat gadget ay unique. Para siyang phone number. Yung IP address na ginagamit ngayon for me to connect to the internet is unique to my connection. And IP addresses are actually listed publicly. Para siyang yellow pages of phone numbers. So malalaman na kung sino yung gusto mag-search, malalaman nila kung sino yung may-ari ng IP address na yan. Because yung IP address na yan is always connected to a gadget. Another thing na very unique about your gadget, whatever it is, whether it be your phone or tablet or laptop, meron siyang tinatawag na MAC address. If this is your first time to hear it, may search MAC is, spelling ng MAC is MAC address. Lahat ng gadget ay may sariling MAC address. At yung MAC address na yun is broadcast every time you connect to the internet. For example, kung nasa airport ka, akala mo private ka na kasi hindi mo ginagamit yung actual mo na username at password. Actually, it doesn't matter. Kasi yung tablet mo or mobile phone mo, nagsasabi yan sa Wi-Fi na ako, ang MAC address ko ay sabihin natin 12345 and that is unique. Kung meron tao na gusto talaga i-trace kung sino nag-access ng website na yun using that network, pwede i-trace yung MAC address mo sa device na yun. Tapos yung device mo na MAC address na yun, nakalista yan yung binili mo. Nandun yan sa pinirmahan mo, nandun sa mga serial numbers. Actually, that is why napansin yung mana. Pag may virus sa mundo, in a matter of hours, alam nila kung sino gumawa ng virus na yun. Yung mga gumagawa ng virus, ang gagaling sa computer nun. Pero nahuhuli pa rin sila. Imagine kayo, nakunti ng alam, tapos you try to, because everything that you do online is actually being safe. You can't be tracked down. That is why be very careful with what you do online. So you reveal a lot of personal data to search engines. I'm just talking about search engines, I'm not talking about social networks. Ang dami pa ang nare-reveal yung information. Your searches are saved forever. As in, hindi siya na-save ng 1 hour, 2 hours, they're saved forever. Sino ba itong Gmail users? Sino ang Gmail users? Mga Google users. Halos lahat yata ng mga may Android kasi you can only use Google Play if you have a Google account. Diba? Para malaman nyo kung ano yung mga search words na ginamit nyo, just to show you na nakasave yung lahat ng sinesearch nyo, you go to google.com/history. Punta nyo yun habang online kayo. Kailangan pag pumunta kasi kayo, kailangan nyo nang i-login. Pag nag-login kayo, makikita nyo doon kung ano yung mga words na ginamit nyo. Na-search nyo on a particular day, on a particular minute of that day. Nakasave yun lahat. Tapos, imagine, if someone is able to access that, si Father, ang sinesearch pala, si Dennis Cornejo, at saka si Tapos nag-search si Father, alas 12 ng ating gabi. Kasi nakalagay mo rin yung time nakalagay mo ng gadget ginamit mo kung saan ka nag-access niya. And then, search engines, because of this, because they can know a lot of things about you, can actually uniquely identify you. They can know who you are. They can even make a profile about you. Kaya, dahil dito, search engines make money out of you. Napansin niyo ba? Pag gumamit kayo ng Google, for example, di ba you never paid for anything in Google, not even a single cent. But Google earns like $10 billion a year. Saan nagaling yung pera niya? Hindi mo tayo bumabay, di ba? That tells you that you are not the client of Google. That tells you that you are the product. Because the client of Google is the advertisers. Every time you reveal something about yourself, they make money out of it. This person loves Nike shoes. So that's an information about this person. And then Nike will advertise to you. Mahilig ka pala sa Nike shoes, for example. A good example, to show you that search engines are making a profile about you, go to this website, peaku.com. You will probably be surprised na ang dami ng information about you na nakalagay dyan. Nakakulate na information. Type your first name, last name. Kung wala pang pangalan nyo dyan, swerte kayo. Pero normally, nandyan yung pangalan nyo, siguro nandyan yung mga pictures nyo, yung mga websites nyo, mga social networking accounts. Possibly, your address is over there. It's also possible that even your email address and your phone number is already there. So, when you reveal these things online, nakalagay yan yun. Sa peaku.com. Actually, ang tawag ito is a search engine. It's a people finder website. This is a search engine that it only searches for people. And there are many search engines like this. And then, your personal data are sold to advertisers. This is how search engines make money. Napansin niyo ba na pag nag-email kayo, Yahoo or Gmail, di ba sa right side, merong advertisement? At napansin niyo ba na advertisement doon ay relevant sa needs niyo? For example, hindi sila nag-advertise ng aeroplano, na bumili ka ng aeroplano. Kasi alam nila yung kaya ng bulsa mo. Hindi sila nag-advertise ng Mercedes-Benz, for example, except sa mga bahay na sa doon. Pero, di ba, mapasin siguro na yung mga 20 plus year old ka na female, ano ka-advertise siguro doon? lipstick, mga fashion accessories. Pag lalaki ka siguro, mga relo, mga gadgets. Siguro pag mga 40, 50 plus na, pati mga Viagra, nandun, mga relo. Tapos, how can they know these things na relevant sa inyo? Because actually, search engines and emails actually are able to read yung mga content ng email mo. So, ano yung keywords na lumabas doon sa email niyo? Yun yung advertisement. So, pati yun can reveal so much about you. Your personal data are sold to advertisers. That is why advertisements follow you everywhere you go. I-try nyo ito sa Facebook kung meron kayo time. Halimbawa, mag-post kayo sa Facebook, I want a burger. Yun yung ano, I'm craving for a burger. I want to eat burger. Yun yung start sa akin. Mapansin nyo kagad, ang advertisements right side will be about food. Mostly burger. And hindi lang kahit anong burger yun. Hindi yun sila mag-advertise ng burger from Germany or burger from Holland. Ang advertise nila doon, burger from Jollibee, probably. Tapos hindi lang kahit anong Jollibee. Ang advertise pa doon, yung Jollibee branch nearest where you updated your status. Because they know where you are. So one of the things that you need to disable when you have a new phone or a new tablet is location. Yung geolocation, na para those locations are not safe. And then your search logs can also be legally requested. Pag may kaso, you can be legally requested. Kasi useful yun to build a profile about you. Ito tingnan nyo, itong tao na ito yung parang yung sinesearch. So, makikita na kung anong klaseng tao ka just because of what you search. And then, another problem pa rin, baka Google and other search engines could be hacked. And when they're hacked, those information can be exposed to people who you might not want to have access to this information. And that is why your digital footprints, because whenever you search, whenever you do anything online, those things, it's like leaving a footprint because it can be tracked down. It can use to track you down. Your digital footprints will come back to bite you. Kaya ngayon pa lang, once you're starting using the internet, be careful about what you do online. That is why the recommendation is use a search engine that does not store your personal information. Use a search engine that respects your privacy. And one such search engine is called DuckDuckGo. In your website, DuckDuckGo. Speaking of DuckDuckGo. Sabihin nyo, DuckDuckGo. DuckDuckGo. Madali lang spell. D-U-C-K-Go. Yung DuckDuckGo, parang siyang Google, parang siyang Yahoo, parang siyang Bing. Pero ang kailangan lang, yung DuckDuckGo will never save your private information. So, we're going to do that now. Are we connected to the same Wi-Fi? Para mas mabilis ako, pwede bang huwag mo na kayong mag-Wi-Fi? Ako muna, i-demo ko, para makita nyo kasi pag mabagal ako dito, everyone will be affected by it. So, ang gagawin ko, this is DuckDuckGo. Tapos mag-search ako, I'm going to show you some of the things that you can do with search. These operators that I'm going to use can also be applied sa Google, but not other search engines. So, huwag po na kayo mag-internet ha. Thank you for your cooperation. Very good, very good. So, itong search engine, you can actually use this as a dictionary without going to a dictionary website. Diba normally kung gusto mong i-define yung isang word, pupunta ka muna sa isang dictionary website, dictionary.com. Dito, hindi ka lang gawin. You just have the word define. Makikita nyo, define. And then space, and then the word, like say, define love. And then you just click this, or click enter. And then, depende sa speed ng internet connection. Bigla naging slow. Ay, i-define niya. So, nandito yung definition. Sa labas yan. Tada! Huwag mo na kami internet, please. As in, i-disconnect nyo talaga. Yan. So, meron yung definition dito, may lalabas pa yan. So, ganun yan. So, define love. Yan. This is the definition. Like say, another word, define boulder dash. Ano yung sabihin ng boulder dash? Nonsense. Kasi, kung may tama sa salita na parang wala siyang sinasabi sa sabi mo, ano yung sinasabi mo? Boulder dash. You can also use this. Makikita niyo ba? You can also use this as a calculator. Like say, for example, 12 plus 5 equals 17. Very simple. So, another example, ito yung result niya, calculator. about 12 plus 5 minus 4 divided by 3 times 2 equals 14.33. Pwede siya gamitin as a scientific calculator. Like for example, cosine, binatid cosine 50. Ang sagot niyan ay, alam mo siya dito. Wait for it. It's worth waiting. Nag-load pa siya. Huwag ka naman mag-internet ha. Thank you for your cooperation. Kasi kung kumbaya ko yan, mamaya tingnan niyo ako. So, pakita ko sa inyo, paano mag-search ng relevant materials. Pinapakita ko lang kayo yung some of the things that you can do here. Bagski mo lang. Smart. Saan ka bilis? Saan? Mas mabilis pa. Huwag mo naman mag-internet na kasi you will really benefit from this. By the way, ano oras yung break natin? 4. Edge lang. Sayang. Come on. Kanina mabilis. Kapag natutulog kayo. Hindi lang gumising kayo. Let's try another one. Let's try square root. Actually, hindi ito gusto ko ipapakita sa inyo. Ipapakita ko lang ito. Para, just to give you an example, there's so many things you can do with search engines. Balik tayo. Pwede ito si Father Romeo Garcia. Pwede ko na balik dito? Mabilis to? Ha? Mahina din po. Mahina din po. Balik tayo sa SCSC Wi-Fi. Again. Ayun! Ayun. Nagana na siya. Ayun pa rin. Kaya natin yung square. Ito yung square root of 9. So, halimbawa, kaya natin yung cosine. Cosine. Wala, answer 0. Cosine na 90, 0. Ay, wala ka lang yan. Buko ko sa mga 0 talaga. So, sabi ba, pag itong value, tingnan nyo, 12 plus 6, divided by the square root of 9 to the power of 3 minus cosine 50. Bilip ka pa, may sagot yan, ano? May sagot yan. Promise. Pag may internet. Actually, you can use this for all kinds of, 11, 5, 9, 4. Ito yung formula 12 plus 6 divided by the square root of 9 to the power of 3 minus cosine 50 degrees. Grabe, no? Another example, ha? Like, for example, if you're looking for entries, like, give me a keyword. Just keyword. Give me a keyword. Sabihin natin, John Paul II. Tapos ang gusto nyo hanapin ay about John Paul II, pero gusto nyo entries sa CNN.com. Ang gagawin nyo, siguro, pupunta mo na kayo sa CNN.com, and then, hanapin yung search box doon, and then type nyo si John Paul II. You don't have to do that. You don't have to go to the website in order to search the website. You can use .go. Ang gagawin nyo lang, John Paul II, tapos the word site, you type the word site. John Paul II, site column, and then CNN.com. So, pag sinerch natin ito, ibig sabihin ito, you're searching for entries on John Paul II at CNN.com without going to CNN website. So, makikita nyo ngayon, lahat ng results niya will be coming from CNN.com. So, makikita nyo dito. Yan. Lahat yan CNN.com, CNN.com. Kita nyo, lahat ng results come from CNN.com. Halimbawa, gusto nyo hanapin John Paul II sa Inquirer. Type ito, Inquirer.net. Ganyan. So, search na ngayon, John Paul II sa Inquirer.net. Ang lahat ng results ngayon will be coming from that website without going to Inquirer website. Kasi mas mabagal yun. Yung lahat ng result ito ay galing sa Inquirer. Another way of searching is instead of a website, you can search a domain. Ano kaya ba ng website sa domain? Ang website is like CNN.com. Ang domain, yung extension ay .com, .net, .org. For example, if you're looking for entries on John Paul II, tapos hanapin nyo sa mga org websites, so site .org. Lahat ng results ngayon will only be coming from org websites, not from .com websites, not from .net websites, but only from org websites. So, halimbawa, naghanap kayo ng John Paul II, ang site niyo ay galing sa Pilipinas. Ano dapat nilagay niyo? So, site .ph. Lahat ng result here will be coming from websites from the Philippines. So, makikita niyo yung mga results dito. Tulad niyo, journal.com.ph, sunstar.com.ph. Ganyan. Ganyan yung mga results. Ngayon, halimbawa, i-try mong type, John Paul II, pag siya lang, isa sa mga unang lalabas dito ay Wikipedia. Di ba, may mga teachers, so Wikipedia kagad, may mga teachers, may mga professors na ayaw nila ng Wikipedia entries. Paano nyo i-exclude yung result? Paano nyo na dapat walang result coming from Wikipedia? Ganito, John Paul II, tapos nilagay nyo minus site, column, Wikipedia or any website na ayaw nyo include or domain, Wikipedia.org. Papansin nyo na pag nag-search siya, hindi nakasama yung Wikipedia sa results. Kasi minus .website or minus .domain. Yan, wala na dito Wikipedia. Nakakala siya. So, another thing, for example, pag naghanap kayo ng PowerPoint presentation, di ba pinaghanap kayo ng PowerPoint presentation? Saan kayo pumunta? Sa slideshare.net, sa authorstream.com. Hindi nyo kailangan puntahan yun. Dito kayo mag-search sa .go. Paano ba kayo mag-search? For example, third Sunday, Easter, Year A. Ito yung hinahanap mo. PowerPoint presentation on the third Sunday of Easter, Year A. Paano nyo i-search ang PowerPoint ganito? So yun yung keyword mo, diba? Is third Easter Sunday, Year A. Ang include dito is file type. You type the word file type, ibig sabihin, you're looking for a particular file type or a file format. And then column, anong file type ng PowerPoint? PPT or PPTX. So type nyo dito, PPT. Ang nangyari nito, DuckDuckGo will search for PowerPoint presentations with the keywords third Sunday of Easter Year A. So pag i-click ko ngayon yung search, tingnan nyo, lahat ng results will be PowerPoint presentations. Ano, pipili na lang kayo kung alin doon ang gusto nyo i-download. So, makikita nyo dito sa start, nakita nyo PPT. lahat yan ay mga lahat yan ay mga PowerPoint presentations. So example, paano siya i-download? Click nyo lang. Encountering the risen Jesus. Yan.